What's up, y'all? So there's a couple people inboxing me, asking me, what's going on with my posts. Am I all right? Is my family okay? Is everything okay? And I'm like, yeah, everybody okay, everything. It's just, you know what I'm saying, when you get, friends that you fuck with, and I mean, especially for me, if I fuck with you, you know what I'm saying, I fuck with you. You know what I'm saying? If I can help you, if you need to move, if you need a job, if your man need a job, you know what I'm saying? I mean, I'm just that dude. Like, if I fuck with you and we cool, then, you know what I'm saying, everything good. But, when you have a relationship with me, people don't understand with me, my relationship and my loyalty go a little further than just, friendship, meaning that, I got your back, you know what I'm saying? I was just telling my man Black, that, I appreciated, our friendship because, he was there for me at my grandmother's funeral, and I broke down a little bit, and he just, he ain't really know what to say, but he just stood beside me. And I'm like, sometimes you ain't gotta say nothing. You could just stand and just be there, be in the presence. I mean, my man, speaking of my man Black, I mean, he's been at my father's service when my father died in 2010. So, he's somebody that's been, a core group of guy, for me, over, I want to say going on 30 years, maybe, you know what I'm saying? But the post that I put up in regards to these bitch ass niggas out here putting their hands on females, only reason why I posted it is because a friend of mine, was asking me, about moving services. And I told her, of course, I moved her once before. She ain't got the eggs. I got her if she need to move. But then she added, that, she was dealing with something. And it just struck a chord in me, you know what I'm saying? Because she not the only one, you know what I'm saying? There's a lot of women out here that's, I gotta be politically correct. It's a lot of women out here that are dealing with men who don't know how to keep their motherfucking hands for themselves. I'm gonna just say that. And I don't want to say you're allowing, I don't want to use that type of language, but it is a lot of women out here that's enduring that. And y'all shouldn't have to be enduring that shit. You know what I'm saying? And, I tell people all the time, you only allow, people only, how does it go? People only do what you allow them to do. You know what I'm saying? And if you are allowing this person to disrespect you, in that way, it's not a lot other people can do for you unless you decide that you want to help for yourself, right? And so the reason why I posted that was because I felt like I had a conversation months ago. And I mean, me, I'm a thinker, you know what I'm saying? I keep shit in my thoughts. And I just, as I'm typing my post, I thought of an episode. So I already know somebody that I need to get in contact with so we can talk about it. But this shit is happening way more than people even want to identify. I got a homie right now who works at a recreation center and works with millions of kids. You know what I'm saying? Hundreds and thousands of kids a year. And he be like, Slim, you be surprised how many mothers, how many baby mothers, how many, single female. I mean, you be surprised how many women come to me because they trust me with their kids and tell me that they at home getting their ass beat on a regular basis. I said, what? He said, Slim, it's so much that it's like at times I can't even go to sleep at night because I'm thinking about, you know what I'm saying? And we recently had a situation, him and myself, we both had, I want to say, mutual friends that was close to us that recently passed. And they passed, because the husband ended up killing his wife. And I worked with the husband. I've known the husband for some years. They lived right here over on Brandywine Street in Southeast. I mean, Slim used to pick me up from work when I ain't had my car, or if my ex-wife had the car, or, I mean, whatever. I mean, we looked out for each other, so that was my man. He was cool with me. I mean, we don't see each other every day, but I still felt like that was my homie. And when I saw this story on the news that he had shot his wife and killed himself and left all them kids, I think they had like 4 or 5 kids combined, right? And so Mark, my man Mark, reached out to me and he was like, Slim, call me. So I called him and we rapped. And I was just like, damn, I mean, this shit is mind-blowing, man. It's mind-blowing how many women are out here dealing with this shit. And I'm not going to say, you allowing it. But at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying? Life is too short. If a nigga out here putting his motherfucking hands on you and you made it clear that that's not something that you want, you got to figure it out. You got to get the fuck. I'm telling you, you know what I'm saying? Because I feel like at the end of the day, for me, I don't mind people telling me why they don't do what they do or why, you feel like you don't want to put yourselves in harm's way. I mean, that's cool. You know what I'm saying? I had a homie on here, kind of just telling me that he had been through it with a female friend, I guess. And, he put himself in harm's way and she ended up ultimately going back to the nigga. And I'm like, if that's how you feel, then that's cool because that's your existence. That's experience. You dealt with that. You know what I'm saying? I haven't dealt with that yet. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, I remember one time, and I shared this story before. I remember one time, my brother and I went to my sister in them house. And at the time, it was just my sisters and their mother that lived in this house. And like everybody in the neighborhood knew it was just ladies that lived in this house. And so I remember not methodically, but at one point, me and my brother had just started going over there, like, all the time, just chilling with them or whatever. And I remember one time this dude knocked on the door. I think my sister had told me that she had told him not to knock on the door no more, whatever the case may be. He knocked on the door again. My brother went to the door. And I remember we all in the kitchen, laughing, having drinks, talking or whatever. And I remember it just dawned on me, like my brother went to the door, but he ain't come back in the kitchen yet. So I go outside, and my brother is outside, like rapping to this dude about the do's and don'ts and respect and all this. And the nigga wasn't hearing him for real. Like the nigga was like, borderline being disrespectful. So myself at that time, I was like, in my mind, this nigga don't understand what the fuck my brother telling him. He clearly didn't understand what my sister and they mother told him. So I'ma show him better than he been told. So I knocked the nigga on his ass. I gave him some work for like 2 or 3 minutes, and he went the fuck on about his business. And so for me, it's not about putting myself in harm's way. I don't look at it that way. I look at it like, nigga, if you don't understand what the fuck is being told to you, there's a different way for you to understand what the fuck is going on. And I'm not out here talking about, people resorting to violence or calling your brother and calling you, because yes, then you are adding somebody else to the mix, and yes, there is an opportunity where your brother might go all the way left and now he's in jail. But, it's not in vain because he's in jail for you, to protect you. So I get that, some people say, oh, I'm not going to put myself in harm's way or whatever. And I was telling my man that was commenting on the page, and we cool. It's no conflict. Me and him cool. I like him because we can share our individual thoughts together without being any disrespect or anything like that. So there's no conflict between me and homie. But I understood what he was saying because I do see it both sides. But at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying? When a nigga putting his motherfucking hands on you constantly or, more than once or whatever the case may be, you got to get the fuck. And then if you do contact, a friend like me or a brother type figure like me or a family member, whatever, yeah, you do put the other person in some type of, I don't want to say jeopardy because that person might be like me. Like, nigga, fuck that shit, nigga. You put your motherfucking hands on my peoples again, I'm going to smash your bitch ass. And I mean, some people might want to talk it out. And I'm just telling you, I'm just going to be honest. This real talk with the 6thman. I'm not doing a whole bunch of talking, Slim. After I talk to my peoples and they tell me that they didn't already warned you, told you be easy and all that shit, and you still doing it, you clearly don't understand. So now you need a different type of message, nigga. You need some hands. And I told him in a message that it's a lot of niggas out here, and I'm just gonna say a lot of niggas out here getting saved on a regular basis because females, whether we friends, whether we family members, they like, look, I just told you this in confidence so that way you would know. Right? But then after they tell you, they be like, but look, but don't go do nothing to him. Especially if they know you. Especially if they know you, they'll tell you off the break, look, I'm just telling you to just, be mindful, call me, text me, make sure I'm okay, but don't come over here and do nothing. You know what I'm saying? And so it's a lot of y'all bitch ass niggas out here getting saved on a regular basis, but y'all niggas out here at the bar, thinking everything's sweet. I mean, I ain't gonna lie, I saw a nigga because I don't go out that much. I saw a nigga not too long ago when I went to Jasper's. And he one of these same bitch-ass niggas out here putting his hands on a young lady on a regular basis. And I remember me and her conversation, and I promised to her if I saw this nigga, I wasn't going to say nothing to him. I wasn't going to, because I know the nigga. I mean, I don't know him like we boys, but I wouldn't even consider him an associate. I just know this nigga. Like, he know my face. I know his face. He know my name. I know his name. He know my circle. I know his circle, right? And so when I saw this nigga, he looked at me. He was like, oh, what's up, champ? And immediately, I'm in a relaxed state of mind. I'm chill. I'm having a drink. I'm trying, you know what I'm saying? Just relax. And immediately, whatever face I gave him, let him know that he was not going to be able to come over and dap me up and say, what's up? He just was like, oh, all right, I'm going to holler at you, Slim, and kept walking. Yeah, nigga, keep walking. You bitch ass nigga. Fuck wrong with you? And then at the end of the day, I got two daughters. Let me back up. I was raised by two females. I was raised by my father too. But again, I lived and was raised by two women, my mother and my grandmother. As you all know, my grandmother had got her wings and she is not here with us anymore. But I feel like she's still here with me in spirit, right? So now I'm down to one female that has raised me. And so I'm going to make sure ain't shit going to happen to her. I don't give a fuck. Right, wrong, or indifferent. The nigga disrespect my mother, put his hands on my mother, he better believe that's the last time he gonna ever see my mother again. You can believe that shit, right? And so now I got two daughters. My brother got two daughters. You feel me? So that's 5 females right there that I gotta look out for on a regular basis. And no, we do not talk all the time, but on Instagram, thank God for Instagram and Facebook, because I get to check on them, see what they doing, see where they at. I don't comment, I just look. I might get in their inbox. You good? Yeah, I'm good, uncle. All right, bet. You know what I'm saying? So I try not to be that overly protective uncle. You know what I'm saying? That overly protective father. You know what I'm saying? My daughter, she 24. We text. We talk. We FaceTime, And I just, you good? Yeah, I'm good. All right, bet. Because I just feel like I just want you to know I'm here so we can talk if you want to. You know what I'm saying? But my only thing is, when I posted that, it just made me think about multiple conversations that I've had over the years. And it's like, just like with this gun violence, motherfuckers would be like, oh, niggas been killing each other for years. That shit ain't never gonna stop. Really? We can't get out here and talk to each other, be respectful towards one another so this shit can stop on its own? Because a lot of this shit is stupid, for real. And motherfuckers want to keep talking about disrespect and all that. It ain't about disrespect. It's about niggas' manhood out here. Niggas think that if they put their hand on a female and he dominating her and he controlling her, that make him a bigger man. Nigga, that make you a bitch-ass nigga. You's a bitch. All right? You's a motherfucking bitch-made ass nigga. If you think putting your hands on a female is making you a man, you's a fucking bitch. Off the rip, you's a motherfucking bitch. And listen, don't get me wrong. Have I ever put my hands on a female? I absolutely have. When I was not mature enough to understand that I was not supposed to do that. But now that I'm mature enough to know that I'm not supposed to do that, it's no way. It's no motherfucking way. I'm not going to ever come on live. I'm not going to ever come on here and act like, I'm the perfect nigga. Like I've never been a fucked up type nigga. I have. I'm not going to sit here and be like, oh yeah, nigga, you probably done it too. I have. But how old was I? And sometimes niggas be like, oh, well, age don't mean nothing. It really don't. But mature, I wasn't mature enough to understand what I was doing. And now that I'm mature enough to understand that that's not something that I'm supposed to do, then, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that. And especially now that I got 2 daughters and now I got 2 nieces, they need to know if something happened to them. Yeah, if my nieces can't get a hold of my brother, call your uncle. He got you. Trust me. I got you. You know what I'm saying? My manhood, my homie, he, going to do some personal shit. I told him, just call me. You know what I'm saying? And that's just me. Call me. Holla at me. You know what I'm saying? And, back to my homie's point from my page, it ain't about me putting myself in harm's way. I don't look at it like that. Because you put yourself in harm's way every motherfucking day as a man, just walking out the motherfucking door, just going to work. Just waking up and just going to your job, going to 7-Eleven, going to the barbershop, you put yourself in harm's way. Look at what happened yesterday at the motherfucking barbershop in Northeast. I'm in the barbershop. Consequently, I'm in the barbershop with my daughter, getting my hair cut. And as my barber is finishing up, we looking at the TV screen talking about 6 people shot at the barbershop. So putting yourself in harm's way, you do that just by waking the fuck up, Slim, as a black man or as a person in general. You put yourself in harm's way regardless. So when it comes to, you know what I'm saying, me protecting mine, I'm protecting mine, Joe. I'm protecting mine from my mother all the way the fuck down to my nephews. I'm protecting mine, Joe. My sisters, I think that night that happened at my sister in them house, they looked at me totally different. They was like, that's Melvin speaking my father. You know what I'm saying? When I say sometimes I cry and I look at my father, you know, I think out of all his kids, you know, and you know, my brother, my sisters, you know, they'll tell you, I'm literally a splitting image of my father. Stature, voice, outgoing, loud, boisterous. Like, I'm a splitting image of my father. But again, I'm starting to mature enough now to understand that there's some things that I need to prioritize and put in order in my life. And I mean, I'm not saying this to downplay my father, but I want to try to be a better father than my father, right? And I think my brother, you know, little do he may know, you know, when I had my oldest daughter, you know, I was still, you know, 6 or 7 toes in. I was still 6 or 7 toes in the street, right? And so I was still trying to figure out life, you know what I'm saying? You know, just trying to figure out what the fuck is going on. And I remember these talks with my brother back when I had my apartment, you know, and I understood now. I understand now that those conversations that my brother used to have with me, I used to be like, man, this nigga in here wrapping me up again. I don't want to hear this shit. But now, you know what I'm saying? It's always you got to take that step back. Now that I've taken a step back and I'm a little bit mature, now I realize Slim was spitting game the whole time. But I wasn't really paying attention to it. So as I began to understand he was spitting game, I started watching him with my oldest niece and watching how he was operating with her. So at the end of the day, I mean, I have gotten a lot of guidance on how to operate, 1, as a man, and then 2, as a father, by looking at my brother, my homies, my man Hood. My man Hood has done a fantastic job with his kids, man. My man Tony, man, fantastic job with his kids. My man KP of Mount Hollinsworth. My man has done an amazing job with his kids. My man Dickie just had his first daughter, doing an amazing job with his kid. You know what I'm saying? His brother Kevin got a daughter, doing an amazing job with I mean, I can go on and fucking on about how men look at men and be like, you know what? I'm going to take some of the good at what he doing, and I'm going to take that. And I did. I took that, you know, especially from a financial standpoint. I started early, too. You know, I started early, you know, trying to make sure financially that my kids was going to be good early. And I mean, I think that's one of the things that I pride myself with. So I know sometimes when motherfuckers be, man, I'm broke as shit, I'm broke as shit, I'm broke as shit, I'm broke as shit. Yeah, you might not have the money in your pocket, but when your kids need that money, or if something happens to you, your kids gonna be like, damn, my father did this for me. Yes, legacy, keeping shit going. Yeah, I might be broke now. You know, I might not have money to go buy the best designer shit. You know, buy Gucci and go out to the club and pop bottles, and I might not have money to do all that. And I mean, and let's be clear, I have money to do that. I'm just not doing that with my money. Let's just be clear. I have the money to do that shit. I'm just choosing not to, because I got a newfound mindset on life. And I got a mature understanding that money that I'm spending in Fast Eddies and in the club and buying bottles, that shit don't come back to me at all. The only thing it come back to me is with a motherfucking headache and me not wanting to go to work. That's it. It don't bring no value to my life. So now when I spend money, I want it to have some value to my life. So now if I see a little nigga out here on the street selling water, selling these fake candies for these fake ass, you know what I'm saying, organizations they with, I rap to them. See where they head at. Might give him a couple dollars, but that's giving value to my life, because I'm feeding it to this nigga, and I'm giving him some money, and I'm letting them know that I'm giving you this money, but it ain't for this bullshit. It's for you to go get something to eat, or it's for you to get on the bus or get where you gotta go, Slim, so you ain't gotta be walking and fuck around, get pulled up on by the police and they fuck with you. It's a bigger message to when I do shit. You know what I'm saying? Way bigger. So when I left that message this morning, Couple people inbox me, oh, what's that about? What you mean what it's about? It mean exactly what it say. Some of you bitch ass niggas think you more manly because you putting your hands on females. No, nigga, you's a fucking bitch. You's a straight bitch. And so I just dropped my daughter off at her little dance class. I'll post her a picture in a minute. And it just made, I'm just sitting here in my truck, and it just made me like, Joe, let me go on here and kind of just get this off my chest. And I tell everybody, man, you know, for me, I'm speaking for myself. For me, social media and my platform, Real Talk with the 6th Man, is nothing but therapy for me. That's all it is, man. So I'm not gonna ever sit and talk and preach and act like I'm not fucked up. I haven't been fucked up, that I'm perfect. If a motherfucker asks me something on my show, I'm going to tell him. You know what I'm saying? I remember I was talking to my man on his podcast last week, and he was talking about how he had a student, and the student at his school was like, man, you know, he got this thing with robbing people, and he can't stop, and this, that, and the third. And I told him, I said, man, I'm feeling slim. He said, for real? I said, yeah, nigga, I used to rob niggas all the time. You should have saw his face. He was like, for real? And it's almost like a teachable moment where people think they know you, but they really don't know you. And I don't mind people knowing me, because I'm not perfect. Like when I was young, I wasn't considered like a thug. I wasn't like, you know what I'm saying? Because I always hung out with the ladies. I wanted to play with them. I had some main homies that I was cool with. But as I grew up, man, Southeast, you know, I endured some shit. I'm going to just say that. I endured some shit living in Southeast. And Southeast made me who I am today. And I'm talking about wrong, right, or indifferent. So when I put that tattoo on my arm, or if I put a tattoo of 295 or the curly W or anything, it's a badge of honor, because I came from some shit and I'm still here, man. And I salute all you motherfuckers from my side of town that's still here, out here doing your thing, whatever you doing, whether you a caterer, whether you selling food out your house, whether you got your own company, whether you just getting up and going to work every day. I motherfucking salute all the men out here doing what the fuck they supposed to be doing, Joe. All y'all. And I'm not leaving the women out, but this is just for these bitch ass niggas out here that think it's okay to be putting their hands on women, and then you turn around talking about, oh, come on, boo, you want to fuck, nigga? I'm going to fuck you up. That's what I should do. I should wait till you fall asleep and stab the shit out your ass. But then you in jail. Then that's putting your whole life in turmoil. You got kids. You don't need that. You know what I'm saying? So all I'm saying is, you know, that post, that comment was just basically, you know, putting these suck ass niggas on notice. And letting them know that it ain't sweet. Niggas out here know you's a bitch ass nigga, but we have made promises to these friends, family members, and loved ones that we was not gonna fuck your bitch ass up. That's it. That's all it was for. That's all it was for. That's it. No malice behind it. I'm not about to be out here going to find a nigga and shoot him, and no, I ain't about to, nah. Because like I said in the post to my man, I got way too much more to lose now. So I understand what I got to lose. So I'm not about to go out here and jeopardize my livelihood for, you know, something that don't necessarily got to deal with me. But I can tell you one thing for sure, two things for certain. And I'm going to just tell you this flat out. When it comes to my mother, my daughters, my nieces, and my nephews, Christian and Cameron, I'm telling you now, without even saying it, don't do it. I don't give a fuck if they wrong. We can deal with that later. But I'm telling you now, I just had a situation at my daughter's school. Young nigga told my daughter to lift her shirt up. 6 years old. Teacher wrote us a letter, and in the letter you could tell she was mad as shit. Went to the school. I spoke to the teacher. She was like, I spoke to the students. I spoke to your daughter. I spoke to the little boy. I spoke to their parents, and I let them know this is unacceptable behavior. We have separated him from your daughter. And I mean, I just feel like not that they've seen a side of me that is fucked up, but I think that my ex-wife, for some reason, through conversation with administrators in the school, that she letting them know, this one right here, her father ain't nothing to play with. And I told my man, because he was asking me about the school, because he was thinking about sending his son there. And it's funny because I got a man that went to Dale State with me. He's an administrator at my daughter's school. And so he saw me one morning. He was like, what you doing up here? I said, my daughter go. He said, for real? He said, where's she at? So I found her. I was like, that's my daughter. She Gianna. He was like, bet, I got you. And right there, I already knew what that meant. When he said, bet, I got you. I already knew what it meant. And I'm not saying that I'm, that he gonna make sure everything is right with her, but it makes me feel a little bit more comfortable that it's a man that I know, that I've known for some years, that's watching out for my daughter in that school. That's it. So I'm a little bit more comfortable, but I worry, not to the point where it changes my outlook on my day, but I do worry about that little one right there. I worry about my oldest. I worry about my nieces. I worry about my nephews, because this world we live in is fucked up. When you got police officers out here arresting little girls and putting motherfucking handcuffs on them. It's fucked up out here. And I mean, even that fuck-ass police officer need his motherfucking ass whooped for putting handcuffs on a 6-year-old girl. What the fuck? And not even the plastic joints, the regular steel joints. Really? So, it wasn't that the comment changed my day. It wasn't that, I'm about to go out here and do something. It's just simply put, you bitch ass niggas need to know that if you putting your hands on your significant other, baby mother, whoever the fuck, you's a bitch. Period, the end. I don't give a fuck what you talking about. You can't give me no excuse on why the fuck you doing it, nigga. I don't give a fuck what you talking about. I mean, again, have I ever done it? I absolutely have. But was I mature enough to know that I wasn't supposed to do it? I was not. So now, nah, nigga, you get nothing from me. Nothing. So that's all it was. I don't want nobody to be worrying. And it's good that, people, out there, I don't want to say worry, but, are concerned for my well-being. I appreciate that. Especially, what I recently went through with my grandmother. So I appreciate that. But I'm not about to, put my life in no type of danger or nothing like that. But again, like I said, when it come to mine, be easy. Because like I told my man in the post, nigga, I don't post everything that I do on social media. Some people have the idea that I do, and I don't. Because social media, y'all don't need to know all my life. If I'm having sex, I don't need to post that. If I'm getting head, I don't need to post that. If I'm on vacation, I don't need to post all that. I might post where I'm at, post a couple pics just to, But I don't post my whole life on social media. And I mean, for some motherfuckers that really, 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 really know me, I didn't get my name Capers just for nothing. Niggas was like, why niggas call you Capers? Nigga, you better go ask. I remember one time my brother was talking to a female, and I was walking past, and the female was like, your brother off the hook. My brother was like, that nigga crazy. And I started laughing, because I thought it was funny. But at the end of the day, back then, in that mindset, I was crazy as a motherfucker. You couldn't say, nigga, I used to literally sit and look at niggas that did me wrong or said some slick shit to me, and I just be looking at their ass trying to figure out how I'm going to creep up on their ass and bust their motherfucking head wide open. But I ain't like that no more. But at the end of the day, I got that imaginary line, that spray painted in front of me. Don't cross that motherfucking line, Slim, because you get what you get. And like I say, if my sister ever called me, if either one of my sisters ever called me, if my daughters ever called me, if my nephews ever call me, it's a motherfucking rap, Slim. You ain't even got to worry about saying me no more. And if they still got motherfucking Instagram and Facebook in jail, then I guess I connect with y'all in jail, man. Because I'm not playing for mine, Slim, at all. Period. The end. I'm not playing. So all you suck ass niggas, my post was basically just to let you bitch ass niggas know that you not a man, nigga, if you out here putting your hands on a female repeatedly, nigga. You's a fucking clown, bitch-made ass nigga. Salute to my real niggas, man. Y'all be easy. 6th man, I'm out, man.